Hi everybody, welcome to the Music DCS channel. I'm your host, and this is the beginning of the guitar... Is that a fly? God damn it. Hi everybody, welcome to the Music DCS channel. I'm your host, and this is the beginning of my guitar goal diary. So, first off, Happy New Year, it's 2020. Woo! Woo! Yeah! In 2019, way back when that was, I made a bunch of complaints and I talked a lot about a lot of musical concepts that made me feel kind of like a musical simpleton, or things that kind of like tripped me up, or things that made me feel like I was kind of stuck in the addictive qualities of those things, And after complaining and discussing those topics, they made me realize that I don't know a lot about music, I don't know a lot about guitar or music or musicianship or anything really. And that made me think, well, you need to practice, you need to get your stuff together, man. So I decided a couple months ago to, start kind of like tracking my progress a little more consistently, log in my practice hours or minutes or whatever it was, on whichever given day. They weren't perfect, and the notes are not organized. They're all over the place, and, I had inconsistent days, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do on some days, but, it's a good start. And over the many years that I've been playing guitar and doing this music thing, I have, picked up and put off all kinds of practice schedules, and this time around, I'm gonna get serious, sir. More serious. I'm gonna get more serious than before. So, what I want to do is I want to talk to you and discuss guitar goals, or musician goals in general, really, because my goals aren't necessarily to just become a good guitar player. It's to write good music, with my band, and all the other bands that I work with. And in order to be a good band, you need to write good songs and be a good performer, or whatever it is. And you have all these other things to do. So I can't just sit down and do spider exercises all day. But I don't necessarily know what I want to do guitar-wise or, otherwise. So I need to figure that out. And that's kind of what that process has been these past couple of months. I've kind of just been trying some things out and, writing out some goal ideas. So far, nothing has really stuck yet. I have a couple of ideas. One of the main things that I want to do by the end of this year is finish tracking all of the songs from my band's album. Right? That's right. My band's working on an album. Ooh. And I want to get all that stuff done and, just the tracking process. And as the guitar player and also the vocalist, of that band, that means that I need to kind of be, I need to be on top of things. So I need to make sure that I'm practicing consistently and that I'm kind of learning things that would help me become better at my job, as a guitarist, as a singer, as a writer, as a whatever. I also started this a couple of months ago, because I didn't want to necessarily wait for the new year, I don't really like to fall into that new year trap where you start something for 3 months and then by April-ish, you kind of just, fizzle out and stop going to the gym or stop eating healthily or whatever. So this YouTube guitar diary situation is pretty much gonna be like a consistency challenge, or like a discipline challenge, if you will, so that I can ascend to the next level of guitar/music/songwriter-dom. Yep. And I mean, if you've ever felt like, you've kind of fallen off of some goals, whether they be musical or otherwise, feel free to join me and, grab a little book. Grab I've got, this is my guitar journal/band journal/ it's my journal, And, I've got a little whiteboard here. I even wrote this little bit, guitar goal diary. I don't know if you can see that because it's probably gonna get blurry as I get closer to this camera. But, over time, this little whiteboard is gonna get filled out and, we're gonna have enough goals to look at and we're gonna review them and it's gonna be great. But first things first, we have to, get some goals. And how do you get some goals? How do you set some goals? Just ask yourself, what do you want? So what do I want? Well, I already know that I want to be a better guitar player. Yeah, so we got that. Be a better guitarist. Oh, look at that. Now, this to me doesn't matter in terms of specificity. Like right now, this is what I call the vomit stage, And I've done this before, but like I've said, nothing has really been fleshed out to that point. So I'm just gonna basically start kind of fresh, so that you can see the journey that I'll be taking to, legendary status or wherever I end up. Anyway, another goal, since we already talked about it, be a better singer. And the third one, be a better songwriter. And then the fourth one is what I said earlier, I want to write and track this album and just have it ready for like mixing and revising and stuff like that by the end of this year. So track band album by January 2021. Okay, cool. So yeah, look at that. We already got some goals, and now we can start there. We can think about what it would take to, to get these goals done, what it would take to get that thing done, If to be a better guitarist, I have to practice, for an hour a day. Well, what does it take to practice an hour a day? Well, then I have to set aside an hour every single day and then practice. Well, then what does it take to set aside an hour every single day? Well, I have to pick a time, and then I have to sit down with my guitar. Then you ask yourself questions like, what exactly am I going to be practicing? Like what exactly does it mean to be a better guitarist? You know what I mean? A quote unquote better. So these are the things that I flesh out. That's when you do part 2, the refinement process. So you kind of refine the vomit, if you will. This is all just the vomit. You just say your goals, and it doesn't matter how unspecific they are. You just say what you want, and then you just break it down from there. Let's take the track band album by January goal. So the refinement for that is okay. So that means we have 12 months to track however many songs. How many songs do we have? It's 6 or yeah. So like let's say it's like 6 songs, right? So if we have 6 more songs to do, and we've got 12 months, or I guess like 11 and a half now, whatever. We'll just say we have 12 months to do 6 more songs. So that means that we can write and record, each other's song within 2 months, And it doesn't have to be like super, strict with the deadlines. This is just to kind of help keep things consistent. So, we got 12 months, 6 songs, right? So 1 song every 2 months. So, and then you would kind of break it down further. Like, what are your parts? How many parts do you already know? Do you need to still flesh out some lyrics? Do you think that these are effective lyrics for whatever you're trying to communicate? Do you think that all the parts go with that? Is this going to be an instrumental track? Is it an interlude? Blah, 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 blah. You kind of do all those things step by step. So this is just the beginning. And also, there is another goal that I have in mind. I was playing along to like a backing track one day, and I just like tried to do this like pentatonic lick, and I couldn't really get it. So, it bothered me. And I would have just left it alone and been like, man, I'll come back to it later. But I decided to add it to this little challenge. So I'm going to call it lick goal number 1. And I want to just, be able to play it well. And once again, that's just the vomit. I'll go into further detail in the refinement period. And I'll probably do that in the next episode of the Guitar Goal Diary. The other thing I want to talk about is mentors. Now, I think that ideally I would have a guitar teacher or like some kind of music mentor, but with the way that my schedule is and the way that my time and money are right now, I don't really think that's a viable option. And I'm not really looking to change up my schedule too much because I have other things going on that I kind of want to keep where they are. So, there's that. But I also don't want that to stop me from becoming a better guitar player / musician. So I still have plenty of other resources that I can use. There's the internet, which has a bunch of videos and PDFs and, I don't know, instructions of all kinds that could help me get what I need. I have books, that I've purchased. I may have put them down after I bought them, but I still have them in my house. So maybe this newfound commitment will urge me to pick up those books and find certain things from those books. I also have friends and other people who, play better guitar than me. So, I can always just hit up somebody and ask them for feedback. You know what I mean? And I mean, I've got you, you over there, whoever's watching this, hi mom. You can leave a comment, just be like, hey, your wrist is, oh no, But yeah, you can do this too. If you got 5 minutes, take 5 minutes out of your time to, just vomit out some goals. Then maybe take another 5 minutes to just refine some of those goals, and then just start doing the thing. Just start doing them. I tend to fall into that kind of trap a lot where, I overplan or overthink or, I just get stuck in my head a lot and I try to think, oh, well, this is the more efficient plan. So I'm going to stop doing the thing that I was doing in the first place. Then I'm going to, start doing this one. And then another plan will come along and I'll be like, oh, that's more efficient. Let me stop doing this one and make very little progress, So right now I'm trying to tunnel vision and get stuff done. And you can do that too. Feel free to join me. Feel free to watch, steal from my ideas, improve upon my successes and avoid my failures or whatever. Now, even though I will be doing this guitar goal diary, I'll still be putting out some discussion/complaining/shenanigan videos. So don't you worry about that. But let me hear from you. Do you have any goals that you want to get done? Do you want to, finish that, that lick you were working on? Do you want to learn that cover song? Do you want to finish writing a damn song for once? Huh? I don't know, just thinking of things off the top of my head, Let me know in the comments section down below after you've liked and subscribed. I'm out.